Yeah, when I was younger at school, I used to row out here. No, just up further. Yeah.
But
Shim.
For the record for our 2 missing students. Yeah. So this is a good example, like here, we're talking about like conservation things with both like just in general and then particularly in the face of climate change. These stelmidons are the ones that are rapidly lost. And yeah, it's very dense. It's very deep to shell all the way through.
yeah, oysters and salmonella, turbo.
Like the build up of it kind of thing. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's like
that area behind it.
manufactured things.
Yeah, I guess you could put in artificial sand dunes, but it's such an enormous problem right around the coast, down the east coast. It would be like, where would you start? And I suppose you prioritise the places that were most, like at the moment they do that, but it's only to protect houses from being washed into water.
Maybe you prioritize the ones that need
Yeah.
rather than the ones
But yeah, you tend to get very sort of focused consumption.
Got limpets, oysters.
Yeah, it's a bit more diverse, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, no problem. Nice view.
Yeah.
A coin, if your coin's got a hole drilled in it, it's no longer a coin.
Talking about people things in archaeological price market got in that last year in China, and now he's from southern Queensland, and now you'd like probably
and yeah, see how you go at spotting the different sites. But yeah, like please, like keep coming along, try and spot. Some are easier than others. Huh? There's one over there, and then there's one here, and there's one there. So yeah, they don't always match up perfectly with where the signs are. I will, but I want everyone to try and find them first. So make an attempt yourself. And there's more along here as well. Like, keep coming along, guys. It's easier at this end. And it's like here. Yeah.
Very cool.
And sometimes it's easier to look from certain angles because you want like the shadow in the groove. So once you start spotting some, it'll be very easier to go and spot others. I think some of it is new.
Because when you said the rock shelf continued up,
Yeah. No, it's like it's proper.
South to north.
Alright, so the tip with these whale guys is they're ginormous. And if you follow me, we can look at it from another angle as well.
Maybe that's the other side of the
If you want to come down here and have a closer look, you're welcome as well. Actually, Hen, can I have the limited one?
Do we need to get photos?
Yes, get photos, but like we have time here, so.
yeah.
Feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
That's
a
the stripe
huge
down
one.
there, right there, right? But where the red
Yep.
sort of thing is.
Yeah.
The red.
And yeah, like you've got a fin, another fin here, going all the way that way. So it's like
The ox is coming up
yeah,
here
yeah.
and back down.
and then
Yeah, that's
so
massive.
it's huge. That's the thing. The whale is really big. So you're welcome to keep coming around if you want to come for a view on a different angle. Should measure it actually just to double confirm. So what I did, you're welcome to just keep going
Yeah.
along if you like.
It wraps all the way, well, behind.
Oh, does it? Oh.
It follows.
Oh, yeah.
One leg is gonna go back.
Is that one?
Well, there's the line there.
There's a line that, is that, does it go down?
So if you were like Joe McDonald, would you have picked
Oh yeah! Is that it right there? That thing next to that big hole there, April?
picture,
Right.
engraved slab,
Okay.
and then you'd show, what I would do is I'd go motive 1, motive 2, motive 3, yeah, and describe them with a rough sketch, and then show their position. So I'd go like 1, 2, 3 meters, say, from the northern edge. I don't know which direction this is. Do you know which direction this is, Henry?
Not sure,
Pointing
sure.
out to sea.
I'm not sure. Here the compass.
So north is that way. So this is like northwest. So it's 3 meters from like the northwest edge of the rock.
And what about the aspect dip? Because it's like it's just flat, right?
Flat, yeah. Or if you were doing it really accurately, you would use one of those tools.
Or like the levels.
Levels like builders use, and they'll tell you whether it's whether the dip is 5 degrees or 15 degrees.
And then we can. Shall we just say like 0?
problem.
I just said 0 degrees.
Yeah, because you can't get down there to do dip to do dip. You really have to be. But aspect is the aspect is horizontal. Because if it was on one of those faces, it would be on the vertical face of the rock. Whereas it's on the top, it's on the horizontal face.
Right. Okay. Should I? And then the height from floor.
So that's based on rock art motifs where paintings are on walls of caves.
Right.
But I mean, the actual rock boulder is coming down about a metre, but you can't really do height from floor. I'd probably put rocks to sort in, eh? Oh, I can see these now, really. Yeah, I know, right? That's just at the light.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. With painted rock art, you often go into caves and you can't see much. And then you'll go back, or you'll just be lying down on the floor of the cave. And you go, oh my god, there's a so-and-so. Or, like, the more you look, the more you see.
Yeah.
Sometimes you start to wonder if you're imagining things. Because, like, yeah, you haven't seen them at all to start with. And then all these things come out. And maybe it's changes in light, or your eyes just start to adjust.
Yes. Pick core and record them, and they should have varying degrees of risk because some of them are in more at-risk areas of the rock shelf.
So weathered and stained.
Yep. And there's a little bit of growth stuff like little lichens
They're lichen, yeah.
down there that's
What would-
actually growing into the grooves. Like
And-
some of it is in the groove, right?
Yeah, I just don't know what that would fall under.
I'll probably just add one.
Oh, literally just like growth. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Vegetation growth or something. For sure. And also when you're drawing them, I'm happy for you to have like dotted lines in sections where you're like, I can't really see what's
Yeah.
Say it again, Sim.
So there's like a little ancestral figure. He's like, his head is facing directly down here. And he's got his arm coming out like this, and then round head, and then another arm going into that little white divot, and then he's got a big round tummy going out the back, and then his back legs are sticking sort of almost directly behind him. Yeah. So yeah, so the diagram is here, but it's at a very different angle in the diagram, like here, but he's like that. Yeah. Just to make life simple. So that's the diagram there, but he's around the other way. Yeah.
I thought it was a frog.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a frog as well. We can call him the frog man if you like that.
Do you want to explain the other one?
Are you going to talk about the walkway?
I have a little bit, but you're definitely welcome to chat.
You've already talked about it.
Well, I've talked about it to some, but not as like a big group discussion.
Just like everyone to take note of the walkway that we're on here, that's been put in by National Parks. The reason that we couldn't go to Yankee Hat is Yankee Hat used to have a walkway, but it was built inside the rock shelter and it was made of wood. So in the bushfires, the walkway actually caught fire and burnt and did more damage to the panels, like with it causing exfoliation and soot on the ceiling. So like this isn't a rock shelter, but you can see if you put the walkway in outside the sites, not like in this case not over the site or not, and if it was a rock shelter, you'd put it outside the site so you could look in without the walkway being in the site. Enough distance. And the other thing you'll notice about this walkway is it's built of metal and non-combustible, like artificial materials. So if there is a bushfire, it's unlikely to burn up and actually fall onto the rock art panel and cause more damage. And you can see there has been a recent bushfire here. So I'd probably post before when we put this in, I think. But, so those sort of things when you think about the position of rock shelters or these types of things, keeping vegetation clear from right in front of the actual art is always really important, because that vegetation will catch fire and cause damage to the panels or to the rock surface. The painted rock art and rock shelters. And aspect, when you talk about aspect of the site, it's usually what direction does the site face. So if you're in the rock shelter looking out, what is its aspect? So you'd say that the panel faces north, or the panel faces east, or northwest. That sort of thing is the aspect. From the position, you're describing aspect from the position of people who would have been in the rock shelter looking out. So it doesn't really apply very well to.
Is to find that shield at the end, and then you can see his nose, and then if you follow him down, you've got the little fin here, follow him back up, go along, and then you've got that black line that they've drawn down the middle of the whale, and then you can follow the body on both sides along the top of the graph, and then it starts to narrow in, and then you've got the big fin in, and that's the end of whale 1. And at that juncture, where, before the fin goes out, that's also the front nose of the next whale that's just as big, that's going all the way along. But the next whale, he gets a bit faded at the far end. It's a bit hard to see. So yeah, so if you want to draw this motif, just the first whale is enough. Like, you don't have to do the two joining ones if you don't want to. That's fine. Don't bring it. So that's what I was just doing then. So I was like, okay, so the red and white is
Intended animal. The apparent stingray, but I don't see that. I see like a.
You can go to the jellyfish. That's fine. You don't have, like,
I don't see a jellyfish either. I see a full-legged animal.
and that's fine as well. Like, you
I'm
can
gonna draw
interpret,
it,
you
but
can interpret it however you wish.
I just don't know the size. I can't.
Okay, let's go
I
back.
saw a full meat, an animal, and I was thinking that was a head, but then I realised from this angle that doesn't exist.
By 6?
So yeah, there's been differing
Controversy.
opinions about what it is. So I'm happy for you guys to interpret it however you like. But basically, like, if we look at that and we look back at our measuring tape over there, that's 1 metre. And then, you know, you can put it. I would go with it being less than 1 metre in length, yeah, like a crossways.